call this topic the 2 a.m. PowerPoint syndrome. Many professionals and their company cultures seem addicted to the organizing of projects and situations, at least addicted to the feeling of the need to organize them and feeling guilty if they're not. But organizing projects is only 20% of the thinking. It's one of the 5 levels of thinking about projects and situations that must be clear to make things happen efficiently and effectively in the world. It is only half of the how thinking. The prior half being creative brainstorming about all the things in the way and along the way that ought to be considered. Do we know why we're doing something? Have we fully open to consider what the end result could or should look like? Stretching ourselves appropriately into a vision of wild success. As we move to thinking about how we're going to do things, have we surfaced all the potentially relevant details and perspectives, stretching outside the box sufficiently to prevent the whoops factor, on the back end? Only then is organizing into structures, major components, sequences, and priorities effective. And then, by the way, we're clear what needs to be done now as a next action on the project or the process. In my last 40 years of experience with lots of people in lots of projects, teams, and companies, I can safely say that the one thing people probably don't need to do more of on projects is to organize them. That is a critical practice, to be sure, but they often do need to think more about the purpose, galvanize more the vision of how cool the outcome might really be, create and collect more potentially useful and relevant ideas and perspectives, and decide and distribute, accountable next actions, more consistently. This is merely applying what I identified years ago as the natural planning model: define purpose, paint the vision of success, gather potentially meaningful details, organize the critical components, and identify the next actions on the moving parts. This is common sense, but unfortunately not commonly applied. Mrs. Williams taught us in the 4th grade that the secret to successful professional planning was to just write an outline first. Somewhat related thought comes from a quotation attributed to the Roman Petronius. He said, "We tend to meet any new situation by reorganizing, and a wonderful method it can be for creating the illusion of progress while producing confusion, inefficiency, and demoralization." Late night PowerPoint presentation creation could have been predicted. It would be great if it could be prevented.